Jamie asking, what is your thoughts on morning practices for high school wrestlers?
Oh, great
He
one.
puts in once a week during the holidays. Maybe chime in on that. But also, I just want to know kind of overall philosophy on
Yeah.
a high school coach implementing morning practices.
Yeah, well, it's tough, right? Because you only have a certain amount of time. I would generally lean against them. I think sleep habits of teenagers are not great. And I already think the school day started too early. I remember me personally, and bro, I fell asleep so many times in high school because we started at 7:20. It's
That's
too
absurd.
early. I was
That's
not ready to
absurd.
get
Even for
up.
high school, that's like the earliest I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so, I mean, honestly, in all honesty, they probably should be moving high school back to like an 8:30 or 9 o'clock start if we actually look at the
Oh,
research on.
100%.
Yeah, totally should be starting later. Teenage sleep habits, like move the damn t start time back. So early morning practice, I think, would probably be more counterproductive than productive for the majority of people. So I would probably not do it. But you said if it's over the holiday break, then you could do a 9 a.m.
Yeah.
or a 9:30 a.m. and it's not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, with my high school, Messenbrink did have John, who was my high school coach. We had morning runs twice a week at the last 6 weeks, I think, so I think it was like I want to say like a 6 or 6:15 start, and that was luckily I lived close to the high school because that was really early. Um, but I remember my parents were very reasonable, and there was days when they would, and listen, I did well enough in school. It wasn't like I was failing in classes, but they would let me. I would say, hey, I'm feeling it. 7:20 is too early. They'd say, okay, miss the first couple hours and go in at 9:15 or 9:30 or whatever it is, and I would get a couple extra hours of sleep, and I really needed it. So sleep depriving teenagers, not good. They should already start the high school days later than they do right now. So I would not be a fan of morning practices.
Now, so would you recommend for a high school wrestler only getting one workout in per day of practice? Because for some kids, like that is asinine that you would only get one workout in per day.
Yeah, just make it a little longer, right? Just spend a little more time. We had longer high school practices, and especially, I mean, the best would be dividing them by skill level, maybe one or two ways. Um, but if in the beginning of the season, more technical stuff, right? You're spending more time on technique because you're getting them together as a group for the first time, right? You probably haven't coached them much in the off season, and then towards the end, you're shortening the practice and you're ramping up the intensity and more drilling, more sparring, and more live wrestling. Um, that's probably the formula that I would follow. And then, maybe if they want to listen, try to have them bear some responsibility and say like, hey, if you need to, I need you guys to get an extra run in. And if you want to wake up, if you're going to wake up early guy and you want to do it at 6 a.m., do it at 6 a.m. If you're a stay up late guy and you want to do it at 8:30, do it at 8:30. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. Get it done. And the way I try to tell all my guys is like, listen, this is your journey. This is not my journey. I am going to be as good of an assistant to you in your journey as possible. But if I say you need to run extra or whatever it is extra you need to do, um, that's on you. If you're choosing not to make these sacrifices, that's on you, right? This is your responsibility. It is your journey. You're living it, not me.